concussion all 3 times. I've taken some traumas, and that was at a very, very young age. Next one is probably a lot worse. No. I'm not gonna skip around the bush. It was a lot worse. Next thing that I can remember that happened to me, it was good or bad, was at the age of 5, I was the victim of a pretty aggressive and violent sexual assault. I was assaulted at the age of 5 by a neighbor kid. I kind of had an idea what was going to happen, but being at that age, we're curious about our bodies, and he hit me a lot. And that, I still hadn't lost my innocence. I was still happy. By the 2nd grade, I had lost my innocence, though. My dad had gotten cancer, and while most kids at that age are wondering what type of candy bar that they're going to buy at the store, what games they're going to play, or what they're going to get for Christmas, I'm wondering if I'm going to have a dad by the end of the year. And what was great, just great, this disgusting human being. My 2nd grade teacher had a parent-teacher conference with my parents. I struggled with ADHD. I grew up a lot faster than most kids. I was a lot smarter at that time, and I was smarter in the things that I wanted to learn, but didn't really care about the things that I didn't learn, obviously. And she told me that I was gonna. She not told me, but she told my parents that I don't belong at this school, that I'm not gonna grow up to be anything relevant or great, and that I don't belong here and I'm not good enough. To be honest, didn't really like that teacher anyway, but that just sends the point home that that person's a piece of shit, and that the fact that a mentor that's supposed to bring you up to teach you and things about that thinks about you in that manner, and they don't give a crap about you. So, you know, that's just great. I think by this point, I've always been a big kid. I was around 120 pounds and 4'1" in the 1st grade, and by the 2nd grade, I was 4'10" and 200 pounds, and remained that way till the 6th grade. And so that there was that. Also, something that was pretty great. This really hurt me and made me lonely and made me want to be with another person so bad. Is whenever your friends and if our school, for some reason, if you weren't in sports, you didn't exist basically. And I was forced to play sports, not necessarily by choice. I mean, I found it fun because I like that and I like competing and it's fun. But I wasn't very good at it because I was the size of a house. So that was what really hurt was whenever everyone was like, everybody line up, we're gonna pick teams, and then there was a odd number of players, and then everyone would be like, pick everyone, and then you'd be the only one left standing there and be like, alright, let's play. You have to sit and watch and very sadly sulk while you watch all your friends play football or kickball or whatever the hell they're playing in the yard. So that was fantastic. So that happened, and if you thought my loneliness would get any better, it didn't. By that time, I became an addict in the 6th grade, and I'm still a recovering addict now. I don't abuse drugs or alcohol or things like that. My crutch is people. I need people and pleasure in my life, and I have been a addict to that for ever since the 6th grade. So that really sucks. by the 7th grade, I had reached 230 pounds. By the 8th, I was 270. I gained so much weight. It was the fastest I've ever been, and my parents told me that they were going to have a divorce, and I was miserable. I didn't know what to do. I was behind in school. I was getting sick because I was so overweight that my guts just stopped. I was so stressed out. I had irritable bowel disease, IBS, and I didn't attend school as much as I probably should. That only got worse as years progressed on. But what really sucked is whenever your people that you consider friends, basically all I could get are like, hey, you're not worth anything. You're a blot on this earth. You don't deserve to live anymore. You're disgusting. You're terrible. Basically, reading the whole book on things. And it didn't help that I found out that my parents were getting divorced a week before, so that was the very first time I ever contemplated committing suicide. And if you know my personality, I will do what I want. And I almost made the decision to do so. I was so close. Guns are very accessible in my home. That's not my parents' fault. We had a squirrel problem, and we all would take 5 shots of squirrels so they wouldn't wreck our house. And that was a thing that happened as well. And I have all those guns in my room in case of a break-in, because I'm the only one here at night. And she sleeps all day during the day. Anyway, so that happened, and the only reason why I didn't do it, it came down to 2 reasons. I knew I wasn't right with God. I am a Christian. Sorry if that offends you. Sorry, but not sorry. But obviously because I was an addict. And we stopped attending church many years ago. As a family, stopped eating as a family, things like that. Our family became pretty broken up. No one was really connected with each other except for me and my dad. And so those things happened. But whenever the suicide thoughts happened, it came down to, I'm not right with God, and what would it do to my dad? I knew it would destroy him. Especially since he made the announcement to me and my brother that my mom and my dad were splitting up. And I knew it would be hard without me there, so that was a thing. And I prayed to God, asking him why all this was happening to me right then and there, because it felt like my world had just been flipped upside down, obviously. So God was like kinda in a chuckly mood. He was like, you're being pathetic, and I was like, are you for real? And I couldn't believe I was being told this, and I was like, you're being pathetic. And I was like, why? He's like, if you can't find purpose in this life, I am shocked, honestly. And he was like, if you can make one person happy daily, then your life is worth living. And so I never thought of it that way. I actually met my best friend in the 8th grade. Still friends with him to this day. There's some pictures of him on my Instagram. whenever I post my tee shots at Killbuck. He kind of helped me out. Sorry that the 8th grade was so depressing for all you guys listening in. I hope not too broken up. We got a little bit more to go. So 9th and 10th grade, they were pretty good for me. In 10th grade, I found this girl, and she was from Ohio. She was in the Youngstown area, and we dated for about a year. My addiction got involved in a relationship, and we did dubious things, somewhat illegal things on the internet. And it was good at first. I didn't feel good enough to date anybody. I kept saying I don't deserve someone like you. I kept saying all those things because I honestly believed that I wasn't good enough. For a person that whenever he would wake up would expect nothing and not be happy and just smile and look like a mountain. For every day that he attended school, sometimes not even being talked to by anybody. This was like one of the best things that had happened to me in my whole life. So I was thrilled to not be alone. It was great. And then she craved more attention, and she couldn't support herself mentally or emotionally, and I had to be there for her. And I missed about 30 days of school, third quarter, and failed 3 classes and got a D- in another for that girl. If you're wondering about my GPA, I graduated with a 1.97 GPA, pretty much because of that. For that first quarter, I failed. I failed 3 classes, and I got approached by the principal and got told if I don't bring my grades up, I'm not going to be able to return next year. But being the nice guy that I am, I decided to take care of this girl. And at the beginning of the relationship, I said, I need somebody to be there for me whenever my parents are getting a divorce, because I don't know if I can make it. And she said she would. And what made it so much worse was whenever everybody in school that was in your grade, even a teacher, stooped to this level, and they asked if I was going to be gone on a certain day. Are you going to be gone on Monday? You going to be gone on Wednesday? Because those were the days I was always gone. I would take off like Mondays, because not just because I hate Mondays. It has nothing to do with it. In fact, Monday's just another day of the week. The fact that it was so bad because is because after supporting her, for a guy that can't support himself mentally and emotionally, I felt like I deserved a day off after all of that. I mean, just kinda. That's in how I would love to just. What was I going to say? I'm supporting a girl mentally and emotionally. What was I going to say? I just lied and said I was sick. On Wednesdays I usually did get sick. So those were all legitimate. But that was that. Then in the 8th and the 11th grade, no, it was. I think it was the beginning of the 12th grade that I went through revival. I spelled a revival because it was a Christian school, and we tried to open up about our lives and things and whatnot. Cried a lot, told them about what I'm going through. People found out a lot of things about me they didn't know because I'm so quiet. I like to be approached, like to be interacted with. I want someone to make that effort to make a connection with me. And Because it shows that they actually give a damn. And that means a lot to me. So a couple people did that. Not a lot, but a couple people did. And I was like, I'm gonna get our relationship back in order. Well, that was on the 30th of August, and by the September 7th, she was cheating on me. And that was crushing. So if you think back on what I just said, I just went through one of the worst breakups in my life, and I had to deal with a divorce at the end of the year. My dad having to be kicked out. Like, that's ridiculous. Nobody should have to go through that. Nobody should have to live the life that I have lived. After that, I don't think it was the year after high school. I think it might have been... Yeah, I think it would have been the year after. I got a PS4, and I met this guy named DJ Sketch 720, and he's one of my best friends on here. You've seen him in my live streams. We had a scuffle in March, and we weren't friends, but he's been going through some rough things. He's actually in a mental health program right now. He's like really, really sick. He's like losing a lot of weight for no reason. It scares me. So keep him in your prayers. That'd be great. Thank you. And we're practically the same person, personality-wise, and sometimes we have fights because if two positives don't go together, two negatives don't go together, opposites attract. And spent some time away from him, but in February I hit like almost the same low I hit in the 8th grade when I almost killed myself. I got so low because I was upset about one of his friends, DJs, and he was causing hell for me and a couple other people, and is still causing hell for him now. He doesn't really think so because he's too nice. I tell him to leave, but he won't. But I just lost my train of thought. Crap. I did the whole video. Oh right. And I was at the lowest point in my life, as I was saying. And I didn't know what to do. I was going to lose my best friends on PSN. I hadn't made contact with my best friends in real life in over a year, so that really sucked. And I got so bad that I would look at myself in the mirror and be like, "Are you good for anything? Are you ever gonna get better? Are you gonna do something with your life?" Because I don't really move on very well. I'm a very slow worker and an actor, and I genuinely thought that taking Bayer aspirin and drinking a whole lot of cough medicine would make me feel better about my life. I did almost abuse drugs, almost, but I had gotten down so bad to the point that I was like, alright, I'm gonna get Instagram. I'm gonna add everyone that I give a damn about so I can feel appreciated and whatnot. I posted some depressing things on Instagram, and I had found I was and I, for some reason, I was thinking about this girl that I'm not in a romantic way. I was just like, I couldn't stop thinking about her. I was like, what the frick? Well, you guys might know that my lucky time is 4:42. I woke up at 4:42, and she had messaged me on Instagram seeing my post and was worried about me. And I told her that her testimony that she gave about her depression and her life was very important to me. And it happened to be the year that I had to commit suicide that she did this. So that was really cool. I found that out, and she contacted me, and we talked about things and whatnot, and I couldn't believe it. Like, I couldn't stop thinking about her at all. And she had made contact with me, like, just randomly out of the blue. And funny enough, I woke up at 4:42 in the afternoon, which is also kind of funny. And so all those things happened, and I finally got back into my relationship with God. I started kicking ass on YouTube, made friends with all of you, and that was great. I was on a high point in my life. But here's the thing I need to tell you about life, guys. It does not really get better with age. So if you're thinking that you're gonna waltz on in from being a young person onto being an older person, it doesn't get better. I don't really know how to tell you to make your lives better, but I can only tell you this, that I do know. Only you can do something about it. So if you're waiting around for an opportunity to look for or something like that, it isn't gonna happen. You have to create your own opportunities. I started doing a thing on YouTube. I'm not the best, because I take too many breaks, because I'm struggling with depression and whatnot. I'm really, my main thing is I'm getting lonely. I'm trying to fully get over my addiction. So that really, that sucks. Like I said before, in February, whenever I was having my mental breakdown, one of the people that I'm no longer not really friends with, that was one of my best friends, and the day before I showed them a baby picture of myself in a little angel outfit, where I'm wearing a white undershirt and Lee dungarees, and I have a cute little halo on my head and a little cornet, and it's a picture of me and my brother, and I sent that picture to them, and then I was really depressed the very next day, and I told them, hey, I want you to know that little kid you saw in that picture wants to take a Bayer aspirin and down a whole lot of cough medicine to feel better about himself. And they told me I needed help. They're probably right. Am I mentally ill? I don't think I'm there yet. Am I mentally unstable? Probably. I'm nothing without you guys. I don't know where I would end up without you guys. You guys are what keep me going, and it means a lot that you guys even show up. It means the world to me. So, not too long ago, there was two people that had a fight in my chat, and I wanted to tell them all the things that were wrong with my life, and that I felt like that it was gonna all collapse, the whole YouTube channel, all of it, and I got upset with both of them. And I legit muted my mic, and I cried a little bit. I got so upset, because that's not the community I want to create. I want something that's open and everyone can talk about their problems. I want to talk with you guys. Things like that. For someone that has lived the life that I have, I am never going to stop giving. I won't. I know that you guys have it rough, because I've been in your shoes. That's why I do what I do. And I love every single one of you. I don't want you to worry about me. I am some guy on the internet, hundreds of thousands of miles away from you, because I don't worry about myself. I don't think I'm worth it, and I don't think you guys should worry about me, primarily because I'm so far away from you. I have no effect on your life. Now, back to the real world. Two things that I won't do. I won't go to see a psychiatrist, because I don't think someone that you're paying money to who's actually going to give a shit about your problems. I don't think that at all. I don't think that they give a damn about your problems because they're getting paid to listen to it. Also, I don't take antidepressants because your life isn't getting any better. Your life is just as shitty as it was before, and it's still a fucking mess. So, when you think that antidepressants are going to help you, it's only going to make you not want to do horrible things again, or to yourself. So that's the only reason why it's going to be that way. And it isn't because your life got better. It's because the pills are making you think that. And I don't think that's good. And if you miss a day or run out of your pills and don't get the medication again, you're gonna trip or drop, depending on the terminology you want to use. And you might want to kill yourself that day. It's too risky, and I don't like it. Now, that's my opinions, and I'm not the same as every person, and that's just personally how I feel and how I think. Now, if you guys actually want to get me to get help, I probably will, but I don't think any of that is gonna ever help me. Like I said before, you gotta make things better for you. You gotta take your life out of the trash heap. You gotta fix what's wrong yourself. You can't do it by yourself. I mean, you can't do it with anyone's help. I mean, you gotta do it by yourself. Messed up. That's pretty important. And it's two different things I just said. You gotta do it by yourself. You can have friends for support. That's always great. You gotta have natural help. And that's honestly what I believe. And yeah, so that's why I haven't really been streaming very much. You guys know about my life, problems that I have, the crap that's happened to me. Which, by the way, I'm not making this video for you guys to feel sorry for me. I'm saying it so you know you're not alone. Because I know my life isn't, to some of you people, isn't half as crappy as your guys' lives are. I'm not saying you guys have crappy lives. But I know that stat of 1 in 5 have thought about committing suicide and 1 in 4 are bullied. That stat only gets higher the younger you are. And that's damning to me, and it's wrong. And I'm here to try and make that stat go down so you don't have to go through what I've been through. Nobody deserves to go through what I've gone through. Nobody. I wouldn't wish it on my least favorite person. Nobody deserves it. But that's my life. I hope that has helped you understand a lot more about me. I might do a Draw My Life that goes into more detail about the things I've gone through, but only until a further date, because that would be a lot. I'd have to put a lot more emotion into that video, because there's a lot of crappy things that have happened in my life, and some of them I didn't really go into detail in, but they suck just as bad as you think they did. So there's that. I'm not going to put ads at the beginning of this video. I'm going to put ads at the end of the video to see how many people watched it from beginning to end, because it's kind of a long video. This is a random video. So I'll see y'all in the next one. Thank you. Until next time.